Okay, I can see that Harshika is here. Good morning. I hope you're able to hear me. I hope you guys are able to see me as well. Please let me know if I'm clearly visible and clearly audible. I should be. I should be clearly visible and clearly audible. Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon to all of you, all of that. Welcome to Half Psych Teachers. Today we are going to talk about paper 1 of UPSC and what are some of the most important topics which I have seen recurring again and again. And I'm going to take the example of the paper of 2021 and 2022. ठीक है, मैं आपके लिए हिंदी में रिपीट कर देती हूँ मैंने क्या कहा. Good afternoon, clearly visible, clearly audible. चलो, thank you so much. Thank you so much, you guys. Let's try to understand. Okay, all right. Mm, Now, wait. हाँ, चलो. I can see your comments. I can see everything. So today, what was I saying? आज हम UPSC psychology की बात करेंगे. Actually, this is my first video on UPSC psychology on this channel officially. Whereas the other content classes, वो आप UPSC के लिए भी use कर सकते हैं because the content is pretty much the same. Today, I'm going to help you understand the syllabus as well. काफी लोगों को misconception होती है कि नहीं नेट का सिलेबस काफी अलग है, कंटेंट अलग नहीं है, क्वेश्चन के पैटर्न्स अलग होते हैं. ठीक है. I'm Hafsa Malik. I'm the top educator of psychology on Unacademy. You can check me out on Unacademy. I am pretty sure you already know. And now let's talk about UPSC psychology since a lot of you have requested. मैं आपको आज important topics की list दूंगी और ऐसे ही नहीं मैं आपको 2021 एंड 2022 के पेपर्स दिखा के प्रूफ दिखाऊंगी कि देखो कौन कौन से टॉपिक्स पूछे जाते हैं रिपीटेडली और इसका क्या मतलब है एंड व्हाट शुड यू फोकस ऑन एंड हाउ टू स्टार्ट योर प्रिपरेशन. दैट्स व्हाट टुडेज क्लास इज गोइंग टू बी. Today we will talk about paper 1 of psychology and next week Monday or Tuesday we will talk about paper 2 of psychology. ठीक है. Okay, if you like these videos, I will keep doing more for you. Now, what we need to understand is हम यहाँ सिर्फ optional paper की बात कर रहे हैं, right? We are not talking about all of the general papers that you have to write because mains exam में आपको general papers भी लिखने होते हैं. And then you have finally your two, paper 5 and paper 6, I think it is, you have your two papers of the subject, right? The optional subject that you have chosen. ठीक है. Okay, so this is 500 marks in total. You basically have 250 marks for each of the papers. Paper 1 के भी आपके 250 marks हैं और paper 2 के भी आपके 250 marks हैं. Where 100 marks in each paper will not give you choice. 10 mark का आंसर जो आपको 5 लिखने होते हैं, 5 and 5, that is 50 and 50. 100 marks में आपको दोनों papers में choice नहीं है, बाकी आपको plenty of choice है तो आप choose कर सकते हैं. Alright. So these 10 mark questions are compulsory, most of them. Whereas between 15 mark and 20 mark questions, there is plenty of choice actually. ठीक है. Okay, wonderful. Let's try to understand then particularly what topics are asked. So paper 1 का syllabus हम देखते हैं और हम इसको since I teach for NET JRF, I'm going to compare it to NET JRF syllabus. ठीक है. मैं इसको GATE के syllabus से भी compare करूंगी psychology and I will compare it to your NET syllabus as well. Now, introduction to psychology, you have your scientific methods. Is psychology a science or not? You have your schools of psychology. वो तो common है ना, वो तो हम हर कोई चीज के लिए study करते हैं, right? Even if you take your 11th and 12th NCERT books, that will also give you introduction. Absolutely. Now, methods of psychology and research methods should actually be one unit. आपका जो यहाँ पे methods of psychology है, यहाँ पे action research, qualitative research, focus group design and this and that, वो आपके research methods के अंदर ही आता है. तो basically I have combined the two units and मैंने उसी को as research methods लिया है and उसमें से देखेंगे हम कितने कितने questions आते हैं और किस type के questions आते हैं. Now you may think that since I am only writing essays over here, I might only have to write, random information or only theoretical information. I may never have to touch upon the practical stuff, which is utterly wrong. यहाँ पे actually most questions पेपर वन एंड पेपर टू के प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन आपको एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए बताते हैं. Alright, you have to use your own brain, and that is the beauty of the answer writing over here, which I really appreciate, which I am really. Students must be cursing, saying, "Ma'am, क्या बोल रहे हो? क्यों अपना दिमाग यूज करना?" So it's actually really fun to see how your opinion is asked. And of course, you cannot just put forward your honest opinions. You would need a lot of skill to very tactfully put forward your opinion. ठीक है, okay, तो research methods में आपका ANOVA सब कुछ आता है guys. ओके, ट्रू एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइन, नॉन ट्रू एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइन. इनफैक्ट अनोवा पे तो क्वेश्चन भी आया था 2021 में, 2022 ओनली. ऑलराइट, दे आस्क्ड टू एक्सप्लेन द होल डिटेल फॉर योर अनोवा and how to do it and what to do and what is the practical application. Why don't you show us an example like that? Okay, now development of human behavior. All right, development is lifespan development only, although disorders are not included here. Even though paper 1 के syllabus में disorders और therapies mention नहीं है, फिर भी पूछते हैं. एक्चुअली मेरे हिसाब से आपको पेपर 1 और पेपर 2 कंबाइन करके स्टडी करना चाहिए, ना कि सेपरेटली, बिकॉज क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड इन अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ टॉपिक्स. क्वेश्चंस आर नेवर आस्क्ड ओके वन टॉपिक, द होल क्वेश्चन इज बेस्ड अपॉन अ सिंगल टॉपिक. आई विल शो यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. देन यू ऑफ कोर्स हैव सेंसेशन. ये आपके नेट के यूनिट्स भी ऐसे ही ऑर्गेनाइज्ड है ना, बस आपको यहाँ पे बायोलॉजिकल बेसिस मेंशन नहीं है, उससे भी पूछते हैं गाइस. दे आस्क, they may not clearly ask the structure of the brain or whatever, but they do ask nature, nurture, your chromosomes and this and that. So they do ask, पूछते हैं, बस यहाँ पे mention नहीं है. All right. Okay. Then learning, classical conditioning, operant conditioning, very, very popular topics, very, very important topics, and obviously frequently asked here. One thing that I really liked was that important topics were asked repeatedly. ऐसा नहीं कोई unknown topic पूछा गया था, important topics ही पूछे गए थे. I've been looking at papers from 95, 2000, 2005, 2010, and what I found that mostly you can get away with studying important topics and just preparing them really, really well, क्योंकि आपको 15 or 20 mark questions में काफी choice मिलती है. All right, memory, construction theory of memory, information processing theories of memory, all of them. In fact, reconstructive memory, क्या हम कह सकते हैं कि आई विटनेस टेस्टिमनी यहाँ पे काफी relevant होगा? Eyewitness testimony, Bartlett's theory, and then Collin and Loftus. That is something that we have already done in class in depth. You would easily be able to write an answer on this. To explain correlation. Absolutely, Sachin. Absolutely. Guys, is it buffering? नहीं यार, it's not buffering. चलो ठीक है तो देखते हैं क्या हो रहा है यहाँ. Thinking and problem solving, they actually ask more on creativity here, and they ask कि problem solving को improve कैसे करते हैं. Problem solving में obstacles क्या आते हैं. तो यहाँ पे IQ का concept या theory ज्यादा नहीं पूछते हैं, लेकिन IQ की testing पूछते हैं, and how it predicts success in life. So thinking and problem solving के अंदर ही आपका creativity part है, which is not how it is in net, तो थोड़ी सी difference. All right. Now, motivation, emotion, 2 साल consecutively. See, motivation you will have, they will tie it up with organizational behavior also, because आपके paper 2 में organizational behavior है. Right? Now, emotion की measurement पूछते हैं, which is polygraphs, lie detectors, heartbeat increase and all of that, your sympathetic activation. उसको कैसे measure करें? Emotions की measurement 2 बार 2 साल consecutively पूछिए. Okay. All right. Now, IQ and success in life, aptitude and success in career. That is what the practical application of this is. So, यहाँ पे practical application ज़्यादा पूछी जाती है. And one thing I forgot to tell you guys, it's really, really. मैम आप ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट दिख रही हैं. नहीं यार, ऐसा तो नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट लाइट थोड़ी सही नहीं है. ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट तो नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट द लाइट इजंट ग्रेट. All right. Anyway, so one more thing I wanted to tell you guys. Last year for mains, there were around 200. So consecutively, the selection rate of psychology out of mains has been 10%, which is crazy. मतलब 200 में से around 20 बच्चे, 18 बच्चे, 17 बच्चे जाते हैं, which is crazy. So if you perfect everything else and if you want to do your mains optional in psychology, I feel like it's a really good option. I heard a lot of bad things about how geography students don't get through a lot. I'm not sure I heard it from a friend. I honestly nothing to do with it, but psychology has a very good selection ratio. So I would highly encourage you guys to apply. You can come learn. There are many good books also. ओके ऑल राइट फाइन ना पर्सनैलिटी तो पूछेंगे ही पर्सनैलिटी में भी यहाँ पे देखिए दिस इज नॉट योर कोर साइकोलॉजिस्ट आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस हियर माय ओपिनियन तो नेचर वर्सेस नर्चर पे यहाँ पे बहुत डिबेट होती है okay because some people still think that nature versus nurture is all that psychology is about तो यहाँ पे हर कोई टॉपिक इस एंगल से पूछा जा सकता है लाइक पर्सनैलिटी इज इट नेचर वर्सेस नर्चर सो वहां पे आपको सिर्फ अपना ओपिनियन नहीं देना है यू हैव टू गिव सपोर्टिंग थ्योरीज एंड यू हैव टू गिव criticizing or critiquing theories as well. I will teach you in the future if you don't know how to write. Then attitudes, values and interests इसमें ही आपका सारा social and moral psychology आता है पूछते हैं दे आस्क इंटरग्रुप कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑल्सो दे आस्क एवरीथिंग दैट इज रेलिवेंट टू सोशल साइकोलॉजी बस यहाँ पे मेंशन नहीं किया हुआ है सोशल साइकोलॉजी इट जस्ट सेज एटीट्यूड्स वैल्यूज एंड इंटरेस्ट उसमें सब सोशल साइकोलॉजी इंक्लूडेड है social psych as well as moral psychology now moral psychology is very similar to your ethics paper here as well so you can club the two. And then moral psychology holds a lot of value here because to check whether the officer or the selected officer will have values or not. Values काफी important है यहाँ पे और आपके interest क्या हैं ये जानना examiner के लिए जरूरी है. Please put in a lot of. चलो उसके बाद language and communication. 2 consecutive years they have asked Skinner versus Chomsky. ठीक है नेचर वर्सेस नर्चर आई टोल्ड यू सब टॉपिक्स नेचर वर्सेस नर्चर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से पूछते हैं सो स्किनर वर्सेस चॉम्स्की वाज आस्क्ड ट्वाइस in 2 years 15 one time 15 marks and one time 20 marks if you do attend my classes for net you would easily be able to answer all of the questions from paper 1 now issues and perspectives in modern contemporary psychology yahan artificial intelligence popular hai पूछते हैं more than cyber psychology artificial intelligence here is a lot better because it helps in understanding how we can improve the world with the help of artificial intelligence mass media के बारे में पूछते हैं what is mass media's role in वायलेंस कम्युनल वायलेंस सोशल हार्मनी रेलेवेंट इश्यूज पूछते हैं वो तो आपको प्रिपेयर करना ही है ना नाउ इट्स रियली इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू हैव टू सी ऑब्जर्वेशनल साइकोलॉजी और ऑब्जर्वेशनल लर्निंग एंड यू हैव टू सी थ्रू द व्यू ऑफ मास मीडिया एज वेल इनफैक्ट एल्बर्ट बैंडोरा's whole study was actually on how aggression is learned तो यहाँ पे इसको और आपके सोशल साइकोलॉजी को क्लब करके बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं ओके चलो ठीक है we'll go ahead if you guys are good to go here अगर आपको समझ आ रहा है whatever I'm saying then we'll go ahead I have my coffee I hope you've had your breakfast or lunch I don't know मेरी हार्ट बीट फास्ट हो गई थी आई थॉट यूर टेकिंग माई नेम नहीं यार चलो वंडरफुल लेट्स गो now let's talk about topics let's get down to business in 2022 in paper 1 what was asked 15 मार्क का क्वेश्चन था आपका स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म पे स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म वर्सेस फंक्शनलिज्म will you be able to write an answer see the only thing I feel is I feel like all of you can do it it's just about whether you're able to define a topic how you introduce the topic बाकी आप लिख सकते हो and within the given time how you're able to think thank you Sachin चलो then methods of psychology and research methods we are combining आप देख रहे हो research methods की क्या weightage थी 2022 में आप देखो hypothesis and the role of hypothesis in research so here very clearly you will be able to explain how hypotheses are relevant to quantitative research how they actually help us or allow us to test our assumptions what are the different types of hypotheses and what do they find वो आप यहाँ पे लिख देते तो that would be perfect because it's a 10 mark question तो ऐसे है whatever if I'm saying 10 plus 20 plus 15 the first topic is 10 mark I will give you the PDF to this guys I will give you the PDF to this in the UPSC group and I will also keep compiling year by year and give you the weightage of the last 5 to 10 years I would love if some of you can help me out a little bit because it takes a lot of time to compile If you can, it will be great. We'll also make a list of important questions and then we can go on and discuss right over here what a perfect answer to a particular question would be. I will allow you to ask. आप हफ्ते में एक टॉपिक पिक कर सकते हैं और मैं आपको उसका आंसर राइटिंग दिखाऊंगी यहाँ पे. तो उसके बाद ANOVA. What are the applications of two-way ANOVA? It said, and give an example. Show a two-way ANOVA design. Now you would easily be able to do that if you have done your net preparation also. A lot of times I also suggest to UPSC aspirants to keep net JRF as a backup option. ठीक है. तो दोनों की प्रेपरेशन आप एक्चुअली एक साथ कर सकते हैं. एनीवे, लेट्स नॉट गेट इनटू दैट राइट नाउ. Then naturalistic observation versus lab observation, and finally single and double blind क्या होता है. Okay, all right. I will link. Can somebody share the link to the group here? I have unit wise PYQs. You can send it across as well if you have compiled. आप मुझे send कर सकते हैं and then we can discuss if you want to. हाँ जी, ठीक है. Wonderful. All right. Now development of human behavior, middle life या mid life transition actually यहाँ पे था. ठीक है. So you can talk about multiple theories. You can talk about how midlife crisis has been mentioned, but how it is not necessary and all of that. इसके 15 marks. Sensation, attention, perception, signal detection has been asked repeatedly since early 2000s. Okay. Signal detection बहुत important topic है guys. Next week I'm going to show you how to do, or particularly for UPSC in-depth signal detection I'm going to teach you. ठीक है. ये काफी important topic है and just knowing it on the surface is not enough. You need to have in-depth knowledge. आपको 10 mark का question पूछते हैं तो you will limit it to 150 words. But if you are asked for 15 or 20 marks, you should be able to elaborate very, very properly. उसके बाद reinforcement contingencies for behavior change. What I saw was applied behavior analysis, which is Skinner's ABA. ये भी हम कर सकते हैं. Very, very important. इस पे repeatedly कहीं ना कहीं questions थे. In the sense, if they ask for reinforcement contingencies, then they ask how punishment and reinforcement can be used together. वो सब actually घुमा फिरा के questions किस चीज पे हैं? Applied behavior analysis. Okay, which is Skinner's whole, theories, everything combined, which can be used for behavior modification. तो उसके बाद ऑब्जर्वेशनल लर्निंग, वेरी वेरी रेलिवेंट. अगेन आप देखो ये काफी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स हैं सारे. एंड इफ यू एक्चुअली नो साइकोलॉजी इन डेप्थ, यू नो ऑल ऑफ दीज. यू जस्ट नीड टू लर्न हाउ टू राइट द आंसर. आपको आंसर कैसे लिखते हैं, उसको ब्यूटिफुली प्रेजेंट कैसे करते हैं, वो सीखना है. लेकिन नॉलेज आपके पास है तो थोड़ा सा बी अ लिटिल कॉन्फिडेंट. देन लेवल्स ऑफ प्रोसेसिंग थ्योरी ऑफ मेमोरी, क्रेक एंड लॉकहार्ट. एब्सोल्युटली. Then you have memory disorders, which is basically amnesias. Yes, तो ये सब पूछा गया है 2022 में. उसके बाद ह्यूमन एंड कंप्यूटर में कंपैरिजन बहुत होता है. नाउ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इज हाईली पॉपुलर. 2 साल में बराबर पूछा गया है. इट इज बिन आस्क्ड consistently, sometimes twice in the same paper as well. Confluence model of creativity, again you will see they do pick up topics from net also. मतलब दोनों एग्जाम्स में कोई ना कोई सिमिलैरिटी है in terms of what is important. आपको पता है confluence model of creativity, do you remember? This is nothing but Sternberg's model of creativity. ये Sternberg की creativity theory है. Investment theory of creativity, do you remember? It is the confluence model because many skills are required to, combine and to form creativity, where he says intelligence is a part of creativity, not the other way around. And we have done this as well. Ma'am, group link share कर दी होगी किसी ने. If nobody has shared, I will put it in the description. I will put it in the description box later. Please come and check back later. चलो ठीक है. उसके बाद 2022 के कंटिन्यूएशन टॉपिक्स यूनिट वाइज आई हैव केप्ट फॉर यू. तो मोटिवेशन एंड इमोशन में 2 साल कंसिस्टेंटली मेजरमेंट ऑफ इमोशंस इन पॉलीग्राफ वाज आस्क्ड. Okay, that means physiological arousal that is created by emotions and how to actually measure it. You have your biofeedback, you have your polygraph, you also have your galvanic skin response and this and that. Okay, you have multiple different ways of measuring emotions. Then intelligence and aptitude. Okay, emotional intelligence again highly important topic, especially for these exams. In fact, जो आपकी psychological evaluation होती है वो emotional intelligence की हमेशा होती है in exams में. ठीक है, तो there is no way you can leave out this model of emotional intelligence. ठीक है. पास मॉडल ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस, Naglieri, Das and all of that, इस जिसमें आपके फंक्शनल यूनिट्स हैं. right? You have your you have your three functional units, you have your processing, you have your attention and arousal, उसके बाद simultaneous and sequential processing, उसके बाद you have your planning units and stuff. तो वो आपको explain करना है यहाँ पे 15 marks का question. Again, if you've attended my net classes, you'll easily be able to do this. इंटेलिजेंस वर्सेस सोशल एंड इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस. नाउ इस चीज पे काफी ध्यान दिया गया है. इवन इन डेवलपमेंट दे आस्क व्हाट इज सोशल वर्सेस इमोशनल वर्सेस ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट, व्हाट इज कॉग्निटिव वर्सेस सोशल वर्सेस इमोशनल. तो ये एक्चुअली काफी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड रिपीटेड टॉपिक है, आप अगर ध्यान दोगे. ओके ओके ऑलराइट. जहां पर a few of us can stay just like Super 30 model and one-to-one guidance. I'll see ya. You want UPSC hostel? Okay. You have to wait for me to get rich first. All right, okay. In personality, what was asked in 2022? Self-actualization actually पूछा. What is the process of self-actualization and does everybody reach self-actualization? Beautiful question. Just like Maslow also has said, most people get stuck in the esteem needs part and a lot of people never realize their full potential, but they are all capable. And अगर again वो अच्छी तरह से आप यहाँ पे present करेंगे, you will write a beautiful answer. Then there was a very clear-cut question on 16 personality factors versus big 5 personality factors. 16 personality factors ज़्यादा तो नहीं है, are 5 personality factors enough? So you can basically explain relevance of both of the questionnaires over here. ठीक है. उसके बाद attitudes, values and interests. Here I have put moral psychology here, लेकिन ये actually यहीं पे आएगा. Attitudes, values and interests यहीं पे आएगा +10. Moral psychology भी पूछते हैं यहाँ पे guys. Very very clearly they ask. Okay, all right. Religious harmony, again, current issues, current topics are picked up. Religious harmony, social unrest, aggressive behavior, conflict, bullying, ये सारी चीजें पूछते हैं. Social intelligence and conflict resolution. Social cognition, social intelligence, and then conflict resolution you will have here. Conflict resolution भी highly repeated topic है. Realistic group conflict पे कितने questions आए हैं? I have seen past year papers and stuff. So social psychology is obviously very relevant. Language and communication. What do we have? We have again क्या कहते हैं इसको? Skinner and Chomsky. Repeatedly Skinner and Chomsky in both years. Ethno-linguistic vitality has to do a lot with the culture and how linguistic or ethno मतलब ethnic जो languages हैं उनकी vitality, are they still used, are they dying and stuff like that. More than a psychology question, this is a general paper question. ठीक है. तो आप इसको, if although general has to be your strong suit if you want to make it to the mains, then you could just skip it in choice. चलिए, issues and perspectives of modern contemporary psychology. Artificial intelligence पूछते हैं and media पे बहुत सारे questions पूछते हैं. Alright, now here you will see this is a compulsory question. So don't leave out topics such as artificial intelligence. Okay, alright, fine. चलिए, let's go ahead and let's discuss topics from 2021. Now, in the introduction, a lot of times such questions are common where they simply say ki, is psychology art or science? Is it simply intuition? Is it simply common sense? Scientific method psychology को क्या बनाता है? Now, for those of you who are still confused about आपने masters arts में किया है, science में किया है, please get out of it. Please start to understand that psychology is a science and how it is a lot stronger than simple intuition or common sense. You can trace the history of psychology and you can show how the methods that are used in psychology are very, very scientific. Even the qualitative methods used in psychology are 100% scientific. मैंने आपको पहले ही कहा है कि methods और research methods एक ही है. यहाँ पे ज़्यादा qualitative mention किया गया है और नीचे ज़्यादा quantitative mention किया गया है. So naturalistic observation versus lab observation, right? Now here also you will be able to give a good comparison and then basic and applied research. Fundamental and applied research में difference क्या है? Most questions are actually practical and application based. Almost all questions. okay, will have in the end. Give some practical example, give a practical explanation, what will be the practical application, so you cannot simply ignore. All right, then development of human behavior से क्या आया था 2021 में? Cognitive decline, which is actually from your disorders part. Applications part जो paper 2 है उसकी ज्यादा वैल्यू है मेरे हिसाब से, from what I have seen. Application से थोड़ा 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 यहाँ पे include करते हैं, more value, more weightage to the application part. Nature versus nurture in development. Absolutely, I told you, यहाँ भी पूछा था. Nature versus nurture in personality also they have asked. Again, they have asked nature versus nurture in development. You are very, very aware what and how intelligence develops and how cognitive or how emotional, how temperament can be changed. तो वो सब आपको यहाँ पे mention करना है. 3 components हैं. So much we'll not talk about physical development or maturation. We'll talk about cognitive development, we'll talk about emotional development, and we'll talk about social development. Okay, उसमें आपको देखना है nature nurture क्या है. Then Piaget's stages, they had asked, does everybody reach formal operational stage? Give your opinion. Very, very interesting question again. Although Piaget has said universal ye stages hain, but that's not true. Some children grow up or develop these stages a lot quicker than Piaget said, and some people never reach the formal operational stage. सेंसेशन, अटेंशन एंड परसेप्शन, टॉप डाउन बॉटम अप प्रोसेसिंग आपको पूछा है. अगेन वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बेसिक बेसिक कोर कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ योर परसेप्शन, लर्निंग, अटेंशन एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. सेंसेशन, परसेप्शन, अटेंशन का कोर कॉन्सेप्ट है कि बॉटम अप या टॉप डाउन प्रोसेसिंग हो रही है. 10 मार्क compulsory question. Then selective models of selective attention. Can't you do this on your fingertips? Isn't it very very easy? सिलेक्टिव अटेंशन इज अ वेरी इजी टॉपिक और आपको 20 मार्क्स के लिए पूछा था ये. उसके बाद एक्स्ट्रा सेंसरी परसेप्शन. अगेन दिस इज नॉट रियली सेंसेशन, दिस इज एक्चुअली डिसऑर्डर्स. एक्स्ट्रा सेंसरी परसेप्शन कहाँ होता है? हैलुसिनेशन में होता है. ओके, ऑलराइट. और क्लेयर वॉयंस एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट वो है, बट दैट इज सूडो साइंस, वो भी आप यहाँ पे लिखेंगे. Alright. Forethought, or what else is there? There's clairvoyance and there's something else also, no? People who claim to see the future. Foresight. Foresight. And all of those you have to write, but you have to write that those are part of pseudoscience, and the actual extrasensory perception which is studied is nothing but hallucinations. ओके, ऑलराइट, फाइन. एंड देन वी हैव लर्निंग. लर्निंग में यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट पूछा है आपको, एक्सप्लेन द प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग. व्हाट रेलेवेंस डज इट हैव इन ह्यूमन लाइफ? यू कैन अगेन एक्सप्लेन कि फियर कंडीशनिंग क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग से होती है. प्रोसीजरल लर्निंग टेक्स प्लेस थ्रू क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग. एज लॉन्ग एज यू आर एबल टू कनेक्ट, you will do very very well. Again, remember to start your answer very well. Here quotes and people's achievements and this and that are very important. It is very, I would definitely start off with Pavlo, who was a Nobel laureate and so on and so forth, or Nobel Prize winner. Then went on, accidentally discovered this, since this is a 15-mark answer. और आपको answers prepare करके रखने हैं so that you are readily able to think. Okay, I think that's common sense, सब करते होंगे. No, I would also love to know group में, maybe we do a Discord this weekend, and I want to know कि आपकी preparation कहाँ तक पहुंची है. My learners or anybody, since this is a free platform, please come forward, join the group and discuss कि आपने कितना किया है. I really want to know कि realistic, are you in it for real or are you just like okay, I'm exploring. चलो ठीक है. उसके बाद आपको पूछा है यहाँ पे very very clearly, what are the different mnemonic devices, how do they help? Again, very simple topic, very simple topic as long as you know it. So I will say start with a basics book or start with a general psychology book. With cognition, I found that Atkinson and Hilgard actually explains a lot better than Ciccarelli or any other books that are there. ओके, कॉग्निशन पार्ट पर्टिकुलरली. बाकी के लिए आप कुछ भी, कोई भी एक जनरल साइकोलॉजी बुक यूज कर सकते हैं. डोंट गो फॉर कपलान एंड ऑल ओवर हियर. ट्राई टू गो फॉर अ लेंथियर बुक व्हिच गिव्स यू डिटेल्ड इंफॉर्मेशन एंड आल्सो गिव्स यू एनेक्डोट्स. एनेक्डोट्स का इस्तेमाल आपको आंसर में करना है. ओके, यू कैन नॉट रन अवे फ्रॉम दोज ओवर हियर. चलिए ठीक है, आई शो यू एग्जांपल आंसर्स. आई हैव सम फ्री टाइम. मैम यही कहने वाला था, एटकिंसन बेटर है प्रिंस. Atkinson and Hilgard actually has in-depth detailed information, and I found that some questions, some topics are directly picked up. Okay, like just like Mazur explains, but here, in addition to just Pavlov's theory, they explain Rescorla's theory also, they explain Garcia's theory also. In fact, recently, what I taught, I mostly referred to Atkinson for it in the new unit. And it's really, really good. It's really, really beautifully explained and beautifully presented also. So I will say Atkinson and Hilgard over Morgan and King 200 times, no doubt about it. But I will also choose it over the mainstream book. Okay, especially for your cognition part. And if you really want to do perception and depth in detail, because पूछते हैं, go for Goldstein just for that part. Eye and ear and this and that. Except for that, I feel like Atkinson and Hilgard is a really good quality book, much better than other books from what I have gone through. चलिए, all right, ठीक है. Mnemonic devices यहाँ पे देखिए, आई विटनेस मेमोरी यहाँ पे relevant है या नहीं है, आपको देखना है यहाँ पे. यू हैव टू डेवलप गुड स्किल्स ऑफ जजमेंट. Okay, so eyewitness testimony and the nature of reconstructive memory is a beautiful, beautiful topic. Okay, and that is a combination between law and justice and psychology. Therefore, it is highly relevant here. In fact, कोई भी predict कर सकता है कि ये पूछने चाहिए. They should ask this, and they are asking, and therefore you should prepare advanced answers. Shouldn't you? You should. I will help out as well. Like I said, I do have a full-time job, right? So I'll try to make more time in the end of October and we'll do some answer writing sessions over here. चलिए, thinking and problem solving में आपको क्या पूछा था? Human and computer. I told you artificial intelligence पूछते हैं. Group brainstorming is actually, I think जो question paper available है online, उसने thinking and problem solving में they had talked about brainstorming or creativity over here. Actually, this is a social psychology topic. Okay, this is, you will start off with explaining what to me an ideal answer here will be brainstorming. You explain what it is, but when you talk about group brainstorming, it is very, very well known that the outcome of group brainstorming is a lot lesser than individual brainstorming. Okay, because a lot of times there are group think influences, group polarization influences, तो वो सब आपको यहाँ पे mention करना है. Okay, because they said advantages or explain what are the problems faced in group brainstorming. So this is actually a combination of thinking and problem solving, but how problem solving actually suffers due to what? Due to some social errors. तो इसको social psychology के point of view से हमें देखना चाहिए. Okay, again a lot of topics I told you are a combination or the fusion of multiple topics. Motivation and emotion में फिर से measurement of emotions, वही polygraph, वही galvanic skin response, same thing. Heartbeat increases, this happens, that happens, biofeedback and all of that. ठीक है, same thing. You can, and you can also, that's what it mostly asks, what are the problems faced in group brainstorming. So first we would explain what brainstorming is, and then we can also talk about how to deal with group think. चलिए, if it is a 10 mark answer, don't go beyond 150 words. यहाँ marks cut करेंगे. यहाँ marks cut कर देंगे if you write more than 150 words. So for 10 mark answers, you have to be really precise, but for 15 and 20 mark answers, काफी elaborate करना है. Alright, IQ and success. Again, makes sense, yeah. You have your theories which are talking about how IQ predicts success. Do you have? Yes. Spearman talks about how general intelligence is actually the parameter for measuring future success. Then you also have apna Arnold. What is his name? Ha. Absolutely, Prince. Absolutely. Okay, so you have your Arya. I forgot his name. Arnold, what is his name? Jensen, absolutely. Jensen talks about how level 2 factors, so you can start presenting like that, and then you can give some examples as well. Okay, कि high IQ students are likely to do well, or if you have contradicting point of views also कि high IQ बच्चे उतना खास नहीं करते हैं, तो आप present करो with proof, everything is great. You should just know in what direction you are taking the answer. Okay, or you can present both points of view and then give your ending comments, conclusion. Okay, aptitude and school success. Again, the whole point of aptitude is to predict school success. Can I say? Aptitude का काम ही है कि ये स्कूल में आपकी success predict करे. So you will talk about what is the validity of aptitude test. क्या aptitude test actual में ये बताते हैं हमको कि which child. यहाँ पे again you need to understand. Again, testing is actually not a part of your paper 1. It's a part of paper 2. यहाँ पे आपको popular test की list बनानी चाहिए. मतलब बहुत बहुत important test. और उनके रिसर्च स्टडीज के प्रूफ आपको कलेक्ट करने चाहिए दैट दिस हैज गुड प्रिडिक्टिव वैलिडिटी. व्हाट इज इट प्रिडिक्टिंग? परफॉर्मेंस इन स्कूल. That is what will make sense here. Give real proof. Okay, personality of self efficacy. Bandura ki self efficacy. Again, if you have studied with me, you have done this. No excuses. Personality, nature versus nurture. Can I say some people trait approach says okay, more nature or nurture, and then you have genetic determinism. नेचर का पर्सपेक्टिव भी काफी लोग देखते हैं. यू कैन हैव योर फ्रॉइड instincts who talks about, and then you also have Isink who talks about nature, genetic determinism. तो आपको रिलेट करना है. To me, this is a lot more interesting when you compare this with just MCQs, because actually you require a lot of in-depth knowledge to actually identify the topic and लिखना क्या चाहिए. That is key here. तो आप simply you cannot start writing answers. I would suggest gaining in-depth knowledge in these topics. After that, gender and aggressive behavior. Very, very relevant, very, very well explained in Barron and this and that. आप easily इसको study कर सकते हो book से, or you can study from me. Men are more likely to show direct aggression. Why is that? Because of testosterone, this and that, and all that. And then women are more likely to show relational aggression. Why? Because again, you can use other theories and you can explain how they care more about, what others may think, or how they feel hurt, or how they deal with it. Conditioning क्या होती है societal. Here, flexible attribution is what? This is basically they're asking you about actor observer bias. Actor observer bias के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं. How do you perceive when others are doing something, and how do you perceive when you are doing? तो आपको flexible attribution के हिसाब से आपको explain करना है. Social cognition होता है. Social cognition में we are all amateur scientists. You can give the different kinds of जो आपके social cognition के types हैं, right? We are either cognitive misers and this and that, and most people when it comes to themselves will make flexible attributions. These are also errors in social cognition. You have your fundamental attributional error, you have your actor observer, and you have your self-serving bias. तो उन्हीं के examples लेके या उन्हीं को explain करके आपको यहाँ बताना है. That's all. Language and communication, again same topic repeated. Ethno-linguistic vitality नहीं है यहाँ पे. This was not repeated. But Skinner and Chomsky for 15 marks was repeated. All right, wonderful. Correct. Okay, all right. Issues and perspectives in modern contemporary psychology, mass media and adolescence. Again, very, very relevant. What are we exposing children to, and what are they learning from whatever they are being exposed to? Very relevant. इस पे भी आपको content prepare करके रखना चाहिए. I can also do a class. Like I said, request one topic a week, and I will take it up for you over here. But you have to tell me. Computers and psychological application. How can we use computers in the application of psychology? CBT testing and this and that of, various tests, or how, you can use artificial intelligence to measure whatever. Now, cognitive neuropsychology and behavior. Again, I would put this in with introduction to psychology, because this is simply a type of psychology, new developing field, a newly developed field. Okay, ठीक है. So, interpersonal conflict, again, this was not from a social psychology perspective. This was more from a therapeutic perspective. Therapy के perspective से यहाँ पे interpersonal conflict आप कैसे resolve करेंगे, which is part of your paper 2 actually. Reliability and validity, part of paper 2. Effective communication training, organizational psychology, part paper 2. आप देखो कितना यहाँ पे actually paper 2 के syllabus से पूछा गया है. Meditation and well-being, also part of paper 2, well-being. Okay, all right. So next Monday or Tuesday, I'll mostly make it Monday. Okay, पहले information आनी चाहिए, उसके बाद writing skill पे हम work कर सकते हैं. Okay, all right. You can send across, guys. DRDO आपको चाहिए था तो आप बोलो. Hands-on experience करेंगे. You want to write answers and show it to me? I will, for that we'll find another way. We'll discuss. मैं बात करूंगी आप सबसे, and then we'll discuss. And this is your paper 2 का syllabus. Please take a look at it. Next week I will show you. मैं आपको नेक्स्ट वीक मंडे आपको दिखाऊंगी कि पेपर 2 में कौन कौन से टॉपिक्स आए थे, और उनको आप टैकल कैसे करें, आप प्रिपेयर कैसे करें. अगर आपको प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करनी है तो प्लीज आपको मैंने जो कहा पेपर 1 के लिए एटकिंसन एंड हिलगार्ड की आप एक बार रिव्यू कर दें, वो अच्छा रहेगा. उसके बाद मैं और सजेस्ट करूंगी आपको. आई एम कंपाइलिंग अ लिस्ट पेपर 2 के लिए. देयर इज दैट, क्या कहते हैं उसको, Smarak, Swain, and all of that. One of my students had recommended, but I found a lot of errors in the first 2 or 3 pages. Not to offend anybody, but मुझे book अच्छी नहीं लगी. I will collect some information and I will let you guys know. When perma theory was only half, I was like, nahi yaar, jaane do. Can't even do Martin Seligman's theory properly. What are you doing? चलो चलो ठीक है and I feel like people who don't have a, again, not to offend anybody, people who don't have a psychology background don't understand psychology in depth and they play around with words thinking कि बस health and well-being हो गया तो हो गया. Anyway, we will do it in depth. Thank you so much for learning with me today. I will see you. I will keep seeing all of you throughout the day. If you like this class and if you would like me to do more of these, and if you would actually like me to teach you answer writing, please like the video. Please share it as much as possible so that others can learn about this as well. So that, so that I basically get the motivation to do more. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done it well. And thank you for learning with me. That's about it. Have a great day. I will be ending the stream here. Let's continue next week.